and beautiful, lovely gamers. My name is Jonal today. People have been asking me to analyze Overwatch League matches. I've been working on a format. I'm trying some stuff out. Feedback is always appreciated. Today we're taking a look at it's a fairly old match, the Gladiators vs Dallas Fuel, and today I want to talk a little bit about miscommunications and what leads up to this. With this match, of course, Dallas Fuel will win this match. If you haven't watched it yet, then too bad, you are just spoiled. And essentially we will see Hanamura and we will see Lijiang, two instances of this miscommunication. And know what, let's just, jump straight into this. And the first one is Hanamura here. And what happened? Well, essentially what we start seeing here. Fisher sits down. He does his hit mode. It's just to check around this corner to see, okay, who is here, when can I dive, how far do they push in. Normally this is communicated through team voice, but it's always nice that you can get your own eyes on it as well. Now, when they go in for the engagement here, you see the nano hydration. Now, this is for two reasons. Now, because people are like, well, why didn't they just let him build a Dragon Blade, then Nano Blade? Well, first of all, they want him to build Dragon Blade. They want him to build Dragon Blade fast. Therefore, give him the Nano so that he can actually get that real quickly and get a lot of picks. The second is that he can kill people incredibly fast when he dives in there with Fisher. They really want fast kills, especially on someone like AKM in this instance, and even though they don't know the exact ult shot, they probably understand that he's close to Visor. And what essentially happens, if they get the kill onto AKM here, this will drag it out so that, if this fight lasts for a long period of time, AKM will be able to build his Visor, maybe even use the Visor this fight. But if they wipe him fast now without the Dragon Blade, then they have the Dragon Blade, and then they lead the fight after that again. Then they have dragged it out so that AKM had to burn 2 team fights before he could use his Visor, essentially dragging out that to gain a lot of time off that clock, because staggering AKM, making sure you can always remove the DPS, is actually huge. On top of that, they also most likely know that Costa isn't really onto trans yet. Again, he's close, and therefore they're coming up on close ultimates. However, they really want to make sure that, we can dominate a couple of team fights, drag some time off the clock, and also build up our own team fights while we wipe them. Now, what goes wrong here, as you can see here, while Fisher gets in here, he gets on their support line, hydration easily gets zoned by AKM on that soldier. Now, one of the reasons here, you can talk a little bit about, hydration overextending, not letting his Winston get in there and then following his Winston. Hydration is a little bit in front of that. That's more individual stuff, but what we can also see is that Bishu, their diva, the Gladiators diva, is not in the dive. And what then happened is that essentially, if you check the high ground positioning, essentially the Dallas have both the support and the soldier on high ground, but the rest of the team of Dallasville is not there. They are most likely somewhere around main pressuring the point. It's really hard to see, but that's most likely where they're at, especially if you see where the deaths comes from, and there's always at least 1 to 2 people contesting the point for the Gladiators trying to cap it. So Bishu is really busy dealing with this instead of being in that dive, trying to keep a support line, trying to make sure they don't get too much attention, meaning it's 2 people on these 3, and when then hydration really get a little bit out of that positioning and get picked off by AKM as he does while he's trying to back out, that leaves Fisher in this, and this is to a certain extent miscommunication, because while they try to fully commit on that dive, while fully committing without the synergy of getting the monkey in to block a lot of damage so the hydration can frag out and get a lot of dash reset, they essentially are putting, first off, hydration in a 1v2 or 1v3 while Fisher is just trying to pressure. Then they take out him, and then it's a 3v1 again against Fisher, picking off Fisher even through the primaries, because again, it's a Soul 76 with a mark on the Winston. It's way too much damage, including a damage boost or whatnot. So that really gets 2 picks from the team of the Los Angeles Gladiators, and that looks like very miscommunication, like they kind of had a plan, but it wasn't really executed, not everyone followed up on the plan, and especially no call to actually back out. They should have backed out way earlier, been fine about, okay, we wasted a little bit of nano, we didn't really get any picks, but what happens here is that they overcommit to this. Now, the second example here is on Lijiang Tower. Now, what we see here on Lijiang is essentially that, they get off the grab and they kill Bishu and Big Goose, so they loosen the diva off the LA Gladiator. XQC manages to pick up Asher, leaving this only hydration who is kind of coming back with his blade. We have Shaz who gets his trance, And they have Fissure, which does a primal on the point. Now, some people I heard call this, a bad blade. This is the Genji overwasting his blade. But it's not really a bad blade because it's a 3v4 for the side of the Gladiators, meaning that essentially they're just one man under. And they can burn these 3 ultimates. Well, the 2 ultimates, they already have the primal up, and that can wipe this point and flipping it very early. So I understand, again, the commitment to this. The problem is, however, that when Hydration does his plays, Shaz has already positioned him very far back. This is very normal for Zenyatta's, especially when you are, under a couple, because you don't want to die, especially when they're close to the trance. And they don't want to trance either way, so they let Fissure dies, and this is the first mistake. A lot of people say, oh, he tried to trance too late to save Hydration. That wasn't really the beginning of the problem. The beginning of the problem was not saving Fissure. Had you saved Fissure, you would have by association also saved Hydration here, both with the AoE healing of that, and also because when Fissure dies, there's no more pressure. There's nothing that keeps XQC and Mickey off Hydration. Then the trance come in very, very late, and they manage to kill Hydration. Essentially, letting them kill him efficiently wasted a lot of the time on this point, and how you want to see a 3 to 4 ultimate with no success from the side of the LA Gladiators. Again, what seemed to be a miscommunication, that the trance didn't come out early enough, that they weren't committed. It looked like Shaz was very, 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 hesitant to pressing that ultimate button, while Hydration and Fissure already had this synergy, and that they were committing to this, while Shaz was a little bit more, am I committing to this, am I not committing to this, in the end trying to commit but way too late. Again, seemed a little bit like miscommunication from the side of the LA Gladiators. Now, I hope that you guys liked this video. If you do, press like and dislike if you didn't. Drop down in the comments if you want to see more like this, more of these analyses of matches. I have a bunch of them ready to make, and I'm probably going to try to make them and see how you guys like that. I just love feedback also on the format. I've been talking about actually playing the VOD itself, actually playing this straight through and then talking over while I pause and stuff, almost like I would do with coaching videos. Or if you want me to do like this, where I pre-record this and then I edit in the footage afterwards. That's what's been happening now, that I have this huge wall of text, and then I have the clips that I play and post-edit it over my voice. How do you guys want to see this? I would very much love your feedback on that. Besides that, guys, thank you so much. I hope that I'll see you guys on our live streams on Twitch. There's a link to that down in the description. As always, guys, my name has been Jonal. Stay positive and keep the enemy in your crosshair.